Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Atchison at astampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today for the Stamping Society's blog hop, we are featuring the Timeless Tulips bundle. So we've got a stamp set and a tulip and leaf punch that are absolutely gorgeous. This is perfect for a variety of different cards. Today I'm going to be featuring Easter cards, but you could make them for any occasion, and I think you're going to love the layout because it's a fun fold, my favorite. All right, we're going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how to make this fun fold. We are going to be working with Whisper White and So Saffron for this card. I've got a layer of So Saffron that's 5.5 by 8.5. We're just going to fold that and burnish that edge good. Then I've got a piece of Whisper White that is 5.25 by 8 1/8. We're going to fold that in half and burnish that edge also. And another, just a scrap piece. This is 3/4, and we're going to cut it to the length that we need it. I don't know if I've ever shown you. This is my bag of scraps, and these are all the edges when you cut a piece of cardstock so that you get 4 pieces that are 4 by 5.25. Those are usually layers for the front. I keep these and I just keep them in a little bin on the side of my desk. So I have all these little banners. They're perfect for sentiments on the front of cards, right? Yeah, I don't keep all of them, let's be clear, because that would probably fill up my whole office. But I do keep a handful from time to time so that I don't have to cut those layers. So I think the first thing we'll do is we'll stamp our sentiment, and I wanted to make this an Easter card. Now the Timeless Tulip stamp set has beautiful sentiments in it. We've got Mother's Day, get well soon, happy birthday, a general hello, even a sympathy, the Easter, and I'm pretty sure that the Happy Mother's Day and what a beautiful difference one single life makes goes together, because I don't know, that is really touching. It's a touching way to say that. So I'm going to ink the Easter greeting up in the Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm just going to stamp this down on one end, and I think I got it crooked. Oh, look how crooked it is. Now, this is the great part. This is just a scrap, so I can try again, right? No harm, no foul. I think this one's going to turn out a lot better. Yep. Okay. Then I'm just going to find my paper snips here, and I'm just going to snip this so that it is centered nicely. You could put it in your paper cutter and cut it, but this works just great. All right, next, these 2 layers. Now, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put the front of my card through the Big Shot in the basket weave embossing folder. This embossing folder always reminds me of Easter because, you know, like Easter baskets, and I guess that's probably why. I'm going to open this up now, and I'm going to put it in up to this score line. So you have to be kind of careful because you'll notice that the image or the design of the embossing folder doesn't go all the way to this edge. It ends about right here. So I am going to put that in just up to that score line that I can see through my embossing folder. Grab my Big Shot. I wanted to make sure that you guys could see what I was doing here. Now, if you don't have the basket weave embossing folder, when you order it, it is going to be one of our new 3D embossing folders. That requires this blue plate on top of it when you run it through your die cutting machine, nothing else. But this is an older one, and I know because I didn't put a blue star on it that I need to take out the thin die adapter. You can see that there's no embossing folders on here, and now you can see that there are embossing folders on here. I need this platform And I need 1 regular plate. And again, if you order this 3D embossing folder, you're going to need the blue plate on top, not a clear plate, because it's going to be a new configuration. Here we go. And isn't that just gorgeous? I love the definition of these 3D embossing folders. Now the next thing I wanted to do is I want a window in the front of my card. So I'm going to grab my layering circles, and I'm just pulling out one that I think fits nicely on the front of this card layer. I'm going to put it right about here. Let me get my plates back in place because now we're going to be doing dies. So we need the thin die adapter. And whoops, a cutting plate. And then I'm going to put this right about here. Center it. And another cutting plate on top. There we go. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Now, I'm not going to be using the circle, so I'm just going to set this aside. And we've got our window in our card. I'm going to bring my piercing mat back in here. And we're going to do a little stamping. So now we have this layer, and we have a white layer that's a little bit smaller, right? We are going to turn that white layer around like this, and it's going to open like this. This is going to go butted up right against the fold line on the inside of your card and centered. So we've got an even margin around all 3 sides. And then I'm going to grab one of my pencils, and I'm going to very lightly add some pencil marks. Whoops, I didn't get them in there. Hang on. I missed the bottom part. So let's try that again. There we go. So we've got some very light pencil marks here. Now I'm going to bring in my tulips. And there's a big tulip, a medium-sized tulip, and a very small tulip. I'm only going to use these 2. I'm going to use the smaller 2. I've got Petal Pink is going to be my largest tulip, and we're going to stamp that. Now remember, our card opens backwards here. So I'm going to stamp this near the top of my circle. Then I'm going to come in with Blushing Bride and stamp my little tulip. And I'm going to stamp that one over here like this. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Then we're going to clean that stamp. And we're going to stamp with So Saffron ink with this little tulip again. And I'm just going to offset this so it doesn't look quite perfect. Okay, let's move these out of the way. I'm going to bring my Mossy Meadow ink pad in, and we're going to put some stems on our tulips. And I love these. These are like kind of like builder stamps. You're just building your images, and I really do love that. They're a lot of fun to work with. Now I've got the one that has a slant on it, and I'm going to bring that in and put that right on this tulip over here. That's why I kind of tipped it that way. I found that that worked best to add that stem. I'm going to come back in with that straight stem. Put that right up there. And then we're going to bring in some of these fun leaves. You see where they're going to fit in here just right. I want to make sure that they're kind of coming up into my circle. This one is nice and long and skinny. I think that'll look good right there. And then I'll bring in the smaller one, and we'll put that right over here. Now that looks like a nice little bouquet, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, we're going to come in. Now you want to make sure that your ink has dried, and we're going to erase. And you'll find that these erase marks, where you're erasing, you can erase right over top what you stamped. But you want to make sure that you have allowed your ink to dry. And this ink dries super fast. It's just a dye-based ink, so you don't have to wait too long. Get a little mark right there. Okay. I want to do one more tulip on the inside, and I think for this one, I'm going to use my petal pink and the largest tulip, and I'm just going to put that right down here in the corner. And then let's come in with one of the stems. I don't like that one. We'll do this one. This stem right here, just a real little stem. And then I'm going to bring in one of the leaves, and I'm just going to kind of have it just like that, okay? That's pretty, right? I love the definition in these stamps. They're just so, so pretty. Okay, get this back out of the way. We're going to take our card and we're going to add glue to the entire back of the white layer. And we're going to glue this in place. So again, I'm pushing it right into that fold and making sure that it's centered on the top and the bottom. Okay, look at that. Super easy, fun fold. Now we're going to take some dimensionals and add them to our banner. You want to keep your dimensionals fairly far apart here. We're going to put that right at the bottom of our window. So it's kind of covering up the window just a little bit. Get that centered and straight. Then I thought what would be really pretty is to bring in some of our organdy striped ribbon. And this is petal pink ribbon. Now you can just tie a bow. I'm going to bring in my bow jig. I like to use this when I'm doing bows. And I'm going to tie a nice big, I'm leaving the tails kind of long because I'm not quite sure how long I want them to be on the front of my card. I'm going to tie a nice little bow there. And isn't that just, it's perfect every single time. All right, let me move this out of the way. We're going to bring our card back in here, grab a mini glue dot, push that onto the back of my bow, and we're going to put that in place right here. I'm going to go right under our sentiment, and then I'm going to do just a little trim here. Whoops. I think my scissors must have some glue on them because they're not cutting as nicely as they did the other day. Okay, now the tails on my bow are a little long. Hang on, I just frayed this a little bit. So then what I thought would be neat, you can take your heat tool and you can make these shrivel up a little bit. This ribbon is nylon, and that's why it will do that. It will shrink and shrivel when you hit it with the heat tool. I'm going to do this one just a little bit more. Isn't that neat? Just kind of a neat way to get something that looks, I want this one to go backwards like that. Then I think it shriveled the wrong way. So if you ever have that happen where your ribbon doesn't go where you want it to, got a simple solution. That's why mini glue dots are our friend. So I'm just going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to set it right there. And I'm going to put my ribbon into it and it's going to keep it right in place where I want it. That's kind of cheating, right? Yeah. There we go. What do you guys think? Last but not least, I'm going to add a few of the sequins. from the adhesive backed sequins pack. And I've got some petal pink. I've got some like white pearly colored ones. And let's see. I thought I had some green ones. Oh, here's a green one. There's some green ones in here. I've just kind of used almost all of them up, and I'm just gonna set this one down here. So I've got 3 little sequins on there to give us a little bit of bling. Isn't that fun? Fun and easy? Okay, then I want to decorate my envelope. Here it is. I'm gonna decorate the flap. And I've got a piece of printer weight paper here. I'm just gonna insert the flap on my paper. I didn't quite fold that far enough. Fold it over so that all we're gonna be stamping on is this flap. And then I'm going to grab my petal pink and I'm going to stamp some of those. And then what color was this? This one was, we'll do this one in Blushing Bride. A few of these around in here. And then we've got our So Saffron. And I think I'll just put one more right there. Look at how pretty our flap is. Goes along nicely with the card, right? I love doing this to the envelope flaps. Now, I also made another card out of petal pink and used the petal pink ribbon. Which one do you like better? They're both the exact same layout. Just a little bit of different stamping and different colors. There we go. Now, Timeless Tulips. I haven't even used this punch yet, but I can tell you that in the tutorial, there's a private tutorial that goes along with this blog hop. So you can hop along from blog to blog and see projects made with the Timeless Tulip bundle or stamp set or punch or whichever. There's also a private tutorial where there are 6 more projects using this bundle that are kept private. They are a gift that I give to people who will be placing an order in the month of March with me. Or you can order the tutorial for $7. So each one of the cards in the tutorial comes with a video showing you exactly how to make it. I think we're going to have some fabulous ideas using the Timeless Tulips. I know I love it, and I just love the detail that's in these stamps. They almost look real life. So click right up here to head over to my blog. Once you get there, you're going to find this project, and you're going to scroll down until you see a list of other blogs that you can click on and go to join in the blog hop and see a whole bunch of ideas with the Timeless Tulips. You're also going to find a buy now button there if you'd like to buy the tutorial for $7. That is the private one. Or you can place an order with me right here. You're going to find my online store in my right-hand column on my blog. This is my current host code. Use that if your order is under $150. If it's over $150, don't use the code. You're going to get some benefits from Stampin' Up, and I definitely want you to have those. And one more thing I wanted to show you. This is our Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper, and this is some beautiful spring colors. Absolutely love this paper. This coordinates along with 4 different punches, and we have the tulip punch. You can use this punch to punch out the tulips that are printed right on this Designer Series paper. So I highly recommend that you add this to your order. It's called Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. The item code is 153558. If you'd like to find out how to get a discount on all your products and get these fabulous items for free, let me know. Pop me an email right here at kelly@astampabove.com. You can join my team as a discount shopper and receive a 20% discount on all your future orders. You get this kit for $99 and you get to customize it and choose anything you want for $125. Plus you get a free stamp set of your choice, a mini trimmer, and a sampler pack of Designer Series paper. What could be better, right? Let me know if you have any questions. Again, pop me an email. Happy to answer those. You can leave a comment under the YouTube video. I always appreciate those. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. That really helps me out. And please share it. Just click that share button. It'll send it out to a whole bunch more people, and that really helps me too. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. Head over to my blog so you can join in on the blog hop and see a bunch of other projects made with the Timeless Tulip Bundle. And don't forget, I am live tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook Live. You're going to find my business page at a stamp above your creative coach. Head over there at 7 p.m. tonight to watch a live stamping class where we have lots of fun. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.